Hello, hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Slash welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new. So in today's video, we're gonna continue with the second practical Visual Basics, console edition, and then yeah, this practical is the same as the previous one. So if you didn't understand this, the previous one, maybe you might understand here because we're still using the same logic, just a different scenario or different problem. So we're gonna be solving a different man. Yeah. Anyways, well, if you're new, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Comment whatever you wanna comment. Yeah. Also, I wanna finish this video. Hopefully, I'll finish this video before my battery dies here. 37 minutes. So I'm gonna be a little bit fast. I won't be explaining a lot. So yeah, let's hop on and create this new project here and see what's happening. Yeah, but hopefully you are catching on and you are at least understanding what's happening in this language. Nothing complicated. You just need to, I think, understand the syntax on how to code this thing, because most of you, like I said, you understand what the practical want, or the problem, how to solve, what the solution want from the problem, what is the expected solution from the problem, but you're struggling with putting it into coding. So yeah, and then first things first, put your option statement always. Sorry about that. And then strict on, I won't put info, or yeah, I won't put the one of info. It's okay. Like I said, I like doing I'll try to do a mix of both actually. Now let me just do, okay, this is commenting declaration of variables here. Global variables, to be specific. Declaration of variables. And then so now let's read our scenario to know how many variables we're gonna we should at least expect variables for input and for output. And then we're given this scenario here. It says you have been asked by the lecturer to, in your case would be informatics 100, to design and develop a Visual Basic application that will allow Visual Basic console that will allow students to calculate a PCM, practical component mark. You may assume the following: there are 4 practical assignments, right? Each practical assignment mark is a percentage, meaning it's a double, because a percentage can come as comma something. Wait, okay. Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah, percentage can come as a comma something, I assume, at least. The semester test 2 mark is given as a mark of 100. This one is an integer. So yes, there's no decimal numbers here. And then your program should inform the user their practical component mark. What their practical component mark is. Consult dot for to know the formula. I think the formula is what practical marks multiplied by what again? 65 over 75. Nope. Is it 50? What? 65, is it 15 over 65 plus semester test 2 multiplied by 65 over 75? All I know, got together must give you 75 out of 75 though. But anyway, so already from reading this scenario here, we know that we're gonna have 4 inputs, actually 5 inputs, right? Where the first 4 are the a mark for each practical assignment, well as a percentage, and also a mark for semester test 2. So these are your inputs that you're gonna be getting from the user, right? Because you can't assume such things. So, and then as a result, we are expected to output what? A PCM for that user, a practical component mark for that user. I hope it makes sense. So we're gonna have 5 variables for inputs, Well, one variable for output, which will be your PCM. Maybe there might be helping variables. I don't know if we'll have those here again. I mean, not again, here, so you can see what's happening. So we're gonna declare our first variable here. Remember, declaring a global variable is start with private, then the name of the thing I said is gonna be dbl. It's gonna be a double, and we're gonna have preg1. Remember, we're gonna be the user will have to enter mark for each and every preg of the four as a double, right? Well, there is a student. Just gonna do copy and paste here so we can be a little bit fast. And then it's gonna be 2, 3, 4, right? These are your inputs or your first practicals. Then we also have the one for deep. Well, this one is gonna be integer because it's a whole numbers. Int st2. Okay, I'm just gonna say like that as an integer, right? So we are declaring here, we're telling the program to make space where we're going to store information on these variables and then of this data type, where in this case is double, here it's integer. That's what's happening here. And now we're gonna have, I said I wanted to make at least to, what is it, what's the word, I forgot what's the right word for this, but I'm going to use two methods, well, two types, I guess. One global variable and a local variable. This is how you declare a local variable, and then this local variable will be specifically be for the outputting, for the, let me, I can just say here, maybe so that you don't be confused. Remember, this one here will be used for the inputs from the user, and this one here I can say it's local variable, just to be specific. Local variable for output, for PCM output, right? And then this is how we declare dbl. It's gonna be a double, by the way. Dbl PCM, right, as a double sharp. So this is how we declare our PCM. Like I said, you there's that part of initializing, but let me not showcase it here and see if our program will run without initializing. I think it's good practice, yes, but sometimes it's just a drag. I don't know if you understand me, but anyway. So okay, so now we have to get information from the user, from the console to be specific. So now we'll have to do the assigning. You can say getting preg mark for each preg. Yeah, seems confusing, from user, right? And then this is how you get the preg from the user or from the console. dbl preg, gonna start with the number 1 equals to console, right? Then dot the read line, and then don't forget the brackets there. And then yet again it's complaining because of the strict on, so I'm forced to convert this, what I get here, to a double. Wait, I don't know if my voice is audible. I noticed that on my last video I was speaking so loud, so to some it can be annoying, so I'm trying to speak as low as possible, but not very low also at the same time. So here we're gonna convert this to dbl, to a double, so they can match. The moment I convert this to a double, it matches what I'm assigning it to. So because this is declared as a double, and then this is converted to a double, so the two can go together, they blend in, they are compatible, something that most of you can't or won't relate with. Anyway, cdbl practice. Okay, as Casey gonna be doing the copy and pasting, unfortunately, just so we be a little bit fast there, because they're just gonna be the same, just that here's, oh my bad, it's gonna, what, oh okay, it's just gonna be a little bit different. Anyway, that's it here. We also have to get our st2 mark, And then here we convert, and then we say int c int, and then inside we put the console.readline. Why c int? Because we are assigning to a variable that is of type integer here at the top, right? Don't be confused. So hence it's c int, not cdbl. Convert to integer, convert to double, and then we are moving on. And then now this is getting information from the user. Like I said, oh yes, actually I can make this user friendly, in the user friendly, so that the user knows what to do when the program runs. When the user open the program, there should at least be something to tell the user what to do, so the user know what to do. Does it make sense? I don't know. So here I can say console.writeLine. WriteLine meaning, simply put, it means output into console. So I'm outputting something to the console here. So again, it's just going to be a user friendly message saying maybe please, well, formality this time, please enter your preg 1 mark, well, you can just say, you can, is it okay? Let me just do this for each and every figure here. Is it going to be a big deal though? I don't think so. And then here's going to be preg 2, and then preg 3, and then preg 4, and we're also going to have one here. This one is going to be method test 2, not 1 mark. Makes sense. Then the user will input. So these messages will help the whoever using the program to know what to input. So yeah. Anyway, we're moving on to the calculating part now. Oh yes, helping variable. So now you can do, okay, let me try to do this at the get go and see what's happening. Calculate. Well, it's not gonna go wrong, but it's gonna be calculating PCN of user, right? And then it's doable, but then your code won't be in need. So that's where a helping variable will come into place here. But let me showcase what I mean now. So I can calculate this straightforward without calculating maybe the total mark for practical first. Like I can just do this at the get-go. Does it make sense? I don't know. Oh wait, okay. Why is it there? Small term here. And then so this is how it's going to look like. Don't be confused. I hope you won't be confused. So we're gonna calculate the dbl pregs now. dbl, well, you're not going to be confused because this is how they calculate the PCM in the learning guide. Just that here we're using only for practicals. That's the only difference. dbl4, right? So we know that each is represented as a percentage. So we need to take all of them, then divide by 4, right? And then this will give you the average of all of the 4. Am I wrong? And then you'd have to take this and multiply it with what is it? Is it 15 over 65, 75? Guys, I might be wrong. Is it 10? I think it's 10 actually, because they weigh 10%. 10, if I'm not mistaken, might be wrong. And then already you can see that your thing is going to be a little bit complicated. Not complicated, doable. I'm just saying it's not neat already. So because now I'll have to also calculate this messages too, which is not that big of a deal though. And why is it not picking it up? Okay, why is it not in st2? Let's see. Wait, it's not picking it up for some reason. For some reason it's not picking it up. Okay, it's fine though. Let's move on. and then multiply by into bracket 65 over 75. Well, got 10 plus 65 is 75, so I'm guessing I'm in the right direction. And then you have to, yeah, let's see, this bracket covers everything, right? Then this one here covers this one here covers the addition, and then this one here covers this multiplication. So yes, this thing is doable, but it's not need. That's my point. So hence now I wanna introduce what we call a helping variable, right? So I can say dim. By the way, you don't have to declare variables there at the top or there at the top whatsoever, as long as that before the logic where you're that before the line or the code where you're using them, it's gonna make sense. Just like what I'm doing here, I'm gonna declare it here where I'm doing it now, because I don't have, I'm gonna use it afterwards. So it's not like I'm declaring it here but then I'm using it before, which wouldn't make sense. The sequence wouldn't be sequencing. But then maybe also for need and whatsoever, you can also place it there at the top, because also it makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me just show it wouldn't complain if I put it here. So it's going to be dbl tot mark tot, right? This is how you do your variables. By the way, if maybe you want to make it make sense where your weight, this is for total, right? And you see I started with capital letter T just to differentiate that it's a new weight or something. So I'm gonna be tot mark, also starting with capital letter M. Actually I can add here and say tot preg mark. Hope it makes sense. And then as a double, right? And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say dbl to whatsoever, and then equals to this part here of the addition. This part here of the addition. Take that, put that here, right? Does this make sense though? Am I even supposed to divide by 4? Come to think of it, am I even supposed? I can't just take these semester test marks, add them together, then multiply them by 10 over 6, 75. Does it make sense when I'm dividing it by 4? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it makes sense for some reason. Also, I really don't know. I really not sure of what I'm doing here, and I don't have the learning. Do I? I think I do have the learning guide. No, it's gonna be a long process because I want to finish this thing before. Yeah. So, yeah, but then you can confirm. It doesn't really matter as long as the concept here is yeah, it's putting this into coding. You can just do the formula correct if you know how to do it. Doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter right now because it's not necessarily my first priority. Yeah. Anyways, this is what I can call a helping variable, because this variable is not included here, or you cannot like depict, or maybe just from reading the scenario think that you might have the helping variable, but when you're coding you will see that here you at least need a helping variable or whatsoever. So moving forward, this calculates the dbl total mark. I can make another one here and say dim dbl maybe av preg mark. That makes sense. Average preg mark as a double, right? So what would this one do? dbl a, it's going to just do what I did here, this part here. You see now I'm making my thingy more clear, more neat, and maybe also understandable. So yes, of course I have to use the total mark to calculate the total preg mark, to calculate my average. hence what's happening here. So now here, instead of doing whatsoever the long things here, I'm just going to call the dbl of, because it now has information, and voila, this is how you get to calculate your, okay, let me just put the bracket, let me include it here. Yes, and this is how you get to calculate your PCM, right? And then also mind you, what the as long where you see equal sign is also part of assignment, assigning something to something. Yeah, just bear that in mind. And then now that I'm done calculating the PCM, just calculate the whole of the PCM, right? So now I need to display this PCM to the user, to the person who is using the program. So that's where the part of console.write line comes into play. And then I'm going to also display a user-friendly message here, maybe to say, just like last, your PCM is right, whatsoever. Then here I have to just code concatenation, adding a string to a string. So yes, but yes, come to think of it, concatenation only happens in strings. When you add a string to a string, then that's where concatenation happens, and that's where it makes sense. But you can't concatenate a string with another data type other than string, double, integer, whatsoever. So for example, I can't concatenate this is a string, by the way. Like, I will repeat, anything inside the quotation marks is regarded as a string, or wherever you see quotation marks, it's a string, right? Then I can't concatenate this string with just dbl PCM. It's going to complain, and it says now I'm concatenating two well, to information of different data types. Doesn't make sense. So you can only concatenate in when it's a string, plus a string, not a string plus any data type. So now what I need to do is convert this to a string, so now they can concatenate. It will make sense, right? So how do you do that? CSTR, convert to string, and then you put this one into brackets, and then voila, this is how you would have solved your that question. It's very simple, very easy. Declare your variable. By the way, again, these are called global variables, right? And then these are called local variables. Also, I said, well, just for need purposes, you can just take this two, you put them here together with this one, or even if you declare them here, it doesn't matter as long as you declare them before you use them, right? So yeah, actually, just because of neatness, let me just take these two and put them there at the top. It's already complaining because I have not declared them, but the moment I paste there here, then it won't complain. So does this make sense though? Calculate PCM of user, whatsoever. So now let's just analyze what's happening here. So here I am, let's see, do I still have time? Okay, here I'm declaring what we call global variables. These variables here, right? You can say dbl preg 1, preg 2, preg 3, preg 4, and st2. We can already see that these are a variable responsible for the input information. The information that will be getting from the user, they will be stored in these 5 variables, right? And then I'm declaring them as doubles, these 4 as doubles, and then this one as an integer. Then comes into this function here, and here I'm declaring, well, this one, let me just say, just so you know, because helping variables, in life you need helpers, man. You can't take a life alone. You need someone to help you. That's what's happening here. Because yes, that's basic. Wow, that's actually a bar. Anyways, dbl, calculating a dbl, right? We're gonna be calculating a PCM. I mean to say, not a dbl. Calculating a PCM here. This is the variable for it, and then these are just helping variables. that will assist in calculating this PCM, because calculating PCM straightforward alone is not easy. Yeah, it's doable, but it's not gonna be an easy ride. That's my that's my chat. And then from there, after then we get the information from the user. So we also displaying some user friendly messages just to help the user to know what to do. Yes, so for example, then this message will be displayed. Please enter your preg 1 mark. The user will enter, and then after the moment they enter, then that information is extracted from the console. I mean, it's a right, and then converted to DBL to double, right, and then also stored or assigned to this variable. And then this variable now has information. Then the same goes to here. The user enters practical mark for practical 2. It is read, converted, and stored. The read is same for the same and also for the semester test. It is read, converted to integer though, and then stored in this variable, which is declared as an integer here at the top, right? And then now comes to the calculation of PCM. That's where the helping variables come to play. Then we now calculate the total preg mark given, right, using the 4 practical marks that were given by the user. We take that 4 practical marks, we divide it by 4 to get the average, and then we take that average to calculate the PCM, where the PCM goes like the average preg mark multiplied by 10 over 75 plus the semester test 2 mark multiplied by 65 over 75. All that together, the sum of that, they give you, they give you they give you the PCM of the user, and then now we display the PCM of the user here on this line. Right, usually this is where you're going to end on VPL or whatsoever. But on my side, if I run this, it won't, the terminal would it's gonna pop up and pop down or pop out whatsoever, because there's a set. Okay, this is new. Wait, what? This is okay. Let me see again, because I didn't on the last practical I had to include a certain line of code for my terminal window to show, but it seems like now it's working fine. Found that console.read key or something here at the bottom. Anyway, let's run now, sing and see what happens. And then you'll have to get your calculator and calculate and see if it does calculate correctly. Now I won't check. So enter practical marks are very easy. Usually you should be getting at least over 80, at least, if not below. And then 95, maybe here you got 88, right? And then please enter your semester test too, but it usually be easy also, at least get over 75. And I'm not even kidding, like these things, they're not that sophisticated, don't wanna lie to you guys. Let's say maybe, okay, let me just be realistic and say you got 82, and then suppose to, I don't know what happened there, but I think that's the reason I should include that console. That on my side though, you guys don't have to, because it's already configured. So red key, I think, red key, I think it should be fine now. It should be fine. Please enter your thing. How was the things again? 85, 91, maybe got 88, maybe got 88 here. Semester test you got, let's just say you got 90. And then there it goes, your PCM is 89.4464666666. And there's also what we call rounding off, yes. Let's see if I still remember how to do that, because now you see now it has a lot of things here. And let me actually put a percentage at the end and see what happens. So what I'm going to do now is just for fun, and maybe you might learn something from it actually, because at some point you need to convert also. So what I want to do now is add here, concatenate with this part, maybe a percentage, right? So already you can assume this will be like your PCM is wara percentage, ne? So I need to convert this to two decimal places at least. Yes, so it can be, very nice and neat. So how do you do that? That's a good question. I might have forgotten. Okay, no, this is the run, by the way. Let's see. So string compare equals. Okay, it doesn't have. I think I'm gonna have to use this part here. Math dot power pi absolute. There's no rounding up. Floor log max per hour round. Oh yes. Okay, round. And then I think I'm gonna have to pass something here. Decimal. Oh, okay. Maybe 0.00. Still fine. Wait, it's complaining. Wait, what? Round a double math function, whatever. Digit as integer. Value as a double. Digit as an integer. Oh, do I just say two? Round to this two decimal places. Oh, damn. We live to learn, eh? It's been a while since I used around the thing. I'll explain what this is, but it might confuse you, but you'll use it maybe later. Let's see if it works. 88. Maybe let's just say something like when your PCM was. Your PCM is 79.13%. You see that percentage here? Yeah, it's the one I concatenated with here. You see, and then you see that there's no space here because I didn't leave any space before the percentage, because also a white space, it's also a character or part of the string. So if I were to do space like I did here, then yeah, there will be space between the percentage and the number and the value. So, and then this is how it rounded off. So math that round, math it's what we call a class. A round is what we call a function, which is found inside the class of math. As you can see at the top, maybe, wow, it didn't show. It usually, it didn't show because it's a static method. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. So our thing worked perfectly fine. That's all I wanted to do on this video. I don't know if I missed anything or didn't understand anything, because if you didn't understand this part also, then hey, yeah, you're in deep trouble, because what's coming next is gonna be more, not necessarily hard or sophisticated, just a lot of information. The selection part, if statements. So yeah, but I hope you all understood what's happening. At least you are on your feels for coding. So yeah, what else? Anyways, that's it for today's video. The next video, it will be the same practical, but then there will be if statements, which I'll explain on the next video. So yeah, enjoy your day. And oh yeah, also please don't forget to share, like and subscribe to the channel. Road to 2k followers, or to 5k, not 2k followers, road to 5k subscribers, or even 10k actually. Yeah.